So you better hurry. You're live! You're live. Talk.
You never tell the people live.
It's my fault.
Welcome to Hill Country Nation Facebook Live, X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube Live for our big game of the week. The St. John Paul Guardians against the Harper Longhorns, live for Cibolo Steel. Joining us right now is Coach Zenner of the Harper Longhorns. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Second time this year.
Yes, sir. Coach, it's a good game. I mean, it's going to give you an aerial assault test. They love to throw the ball. Just talk about defensively how to slow them down because they can throw that ball.
Yeah, if you've watched us the last time you guys covered us, we're going to look quite a bit different on defense. When I sent you the starting lineups, I had Bryson Lake at safety. He's the linebacker. So we're kind of changing some things. We're playing with two linebackers in the box. We're going to put Bryson up as a high safety. We'll play some man under, too high type stuff. But yeah, they're about 85% run, about a 85% pass, 50% run. And we talk all week, we have to tackle in space. That's what they do. They spread you out and they put their athletes in space. So that's going to be a tough challenge for us. We like to stop the run, well, they ain't going to do it. So we got to get out there on the edges and tackle well.
Yeah, I mean, they've been known to strike quickly through the air and then running when they have to. Dola, I mean, sophomore, but he's putting up numbers. Talk about how to slow him down, and then just on the defensive side, just with slowing them down, but also playing their game.
Yeah, with them, it starts off with we got to get pressure on the quarterback, and the two ways to stop them is either with coverage or pressure. And if we do both, then I like our chances of winning. We're going to probably try to do really the opposite, and that's run the football. I've challenged the offensive line that we're the more physical team, and we possess the ball and run the clock, and we keep it out of their hands. And by the time they do get it, do they get aggressive, and do we get them into some 3 and outs? That can obviously help our chances of winning. But it's going to be a very competitive ball game. This is, I'm not saying their school, but this is their house. Last year we played them on our homecoming, and I think we won by a touchdown or a few points. It was close. We were lucky to come out with a win last year, and I know we're 3-2, they're 1-4, but that don't mean anything. It's another ball game. This is our last test before we start district next week in Johnson City. So, our kids are talking a lot about district play. So, as a head coach, I'm a little concerned about where our focus is tonight because it's still the ball game. We gotta take care of.
Yeah, because they're a lot like Johnson City with throwing the ball, and then they'll run it when they have to. But offensively, is it important to jump on these guys early, play your game, or just play your game and see where the cards fall?
I'm worried about us. If we block well, play well, and don't turn it over, and don't make the stupid mistakes, I like our chances. Obviously, they're going to dictate what we do. That's the nature of the game. But we're going to do what we do, and at the end of this thing, hopefully we can come with a win. But anything can happen.
Special teams have been pretty good for you. How big is it for tonight?
Like I told you the other week, I have a lot of faith in our punter, Bryson. That's kind of an underrated thing in this sport is your punt game and field position. But then, too, he's also our kicker, and we struggle at times with our PAT. So if you notice, I'm kind of an old-school guy. We go gate. We go swinging gate. And so, it is those kind of ball games like this, those 1s and 2s and those points at the end of the ball game kind of start adding up if you don't convert or if you get them. I remember years ago one time we lost the football game 24-21. It was San Angelo TLCA. They scored 3 times and went for 2 every time. And we both scored 3 times and we lost by 3 points, 21-24. So it ain't just about the touchdowns. It's about those details like you mentioned.
Absolutely. Coach, I know you already said some things, but for the record, 2 keys to tonight's win.
I would say, number 1, the trenches. We got to be more physical than them. And number 2, like I mentioned earlier, we got to tackle in space. If we win the trenches and we tackle well in space, I like our chances.
All right, Coach. I know you got to get with your team and everything, but
yes,
we do look forward to talking to you after the game.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Coach Zenner of the Harper Longhorns. Want to remind everybody 103.7, 107.7. No, we ain't going to do that. 103.7, and then jambroadcasting.com and the Jam Broadcasting app. You got anything?
Just make sure you download the app, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. And we want to thank KerrTex Motors for being our sponsor. Hey, great cars, better prices. KerrTex Motors. It don't matter where you live. They're going to help you get into a great car because, hey, I know personally. All right, you got anything?
I'm good.